Hey folks, Quill18 here, bringing you another game commentary. Since I still have not gotten a new wireless card for my computer and I'm stuck in a very laggy setup, it's going to be a couple more days maybe until I get back to League of Legends commentaries. In the meantime, here's some more Titan Quest. So when we left off, we had just arrived in the city of Delphi. We talked to the Oracle and gotten our follow-up quests. And I was just about to do some rearranging of my talent trees by talking to this mystic
Everything done can be undone.
So if I click on a skill icon, it'll remove the skill point. And it starts at 250 gold per point, but it'll go up every time I click. Now I've got 150,000 gold, so the first two will definitely be an easy thing to do, very cheap. The first thing I'm going to do actually is get rid of this takedown skill, since I've been thinking about it, and I don't think I'm going to end up using this as my charge move. Now in Dream Mastery, I know I want to get rid of this AoE. I don't think that it's very useful, so you can see the cost go up by 250 gold every click. Actually, now it's skyrocketing every click. Now the next click is going to cost me 5,000 gold, so this definitely adds up. I'm also going to take a point away from my pet, because I don't think that I want him right now. Bam. Whew, that hurts. Interestingly enough, you cannot undo your masteries. But that's okay. I don't really care about that. So yeah, I think that's good. So what I'm going to focus on...
May destiny teach you greatness.
Thank you, dude. What I'm going to focus on from this point forward is going to be two things. I'm going to pick up the passive type combat skills, which is, say, for Hunting Mastery, I'm going to finish out Woodlore, which gives me a percentage improvement to my defense ability and attack speed, which is quite valuable, although only with spears and bows. I will probably end up picking up the Art of the Hunt later, which gives me a percentage increase to piercing damage, bleeding damage, and bonus damage to Beastmen and Beasts. And we know there's plenty of Beastmen and Beasts, like, for example, all those satyrs and stuff, but it's not unlocked yet. And in the Dream Mastery, I'm going to pick up the Lucid Dream, actually the entire Lucid Dream tree, pretty much. Well, not so much Temporal Flux, that's not quite as good. But all of Lucid Dream is going to be good, because that just is a percentage increase in my damage. It's just going to increase my raw hitting power, in addition to vitality damage and stuff, which is going to come into play in my attack spells in a moment, I believe. I'm also going to pick up Precognition, which gives me a percentage increase to my offensive and defensive ability, both of which scale very well with Dexterity, or rather, the Dexterity gives me offensive and defensive ability, and this will scale up that effect. So stacking Dexterity will really, really work out quite well. And from the Hunting Mastery, I'll also have a very high defense ability. So I should have fairly improved tankiness from just that. I am going to keep my 1 point in Sonic Touch. I'm not really going to pump it. I may at some later point, but it's not really going to be my primary attack format. I am leaving 1 point in there since it is free and it gives me something to use my left click for, so that's quite good. So I am going to focus on two primary nukes. One is going to be the Phantom Strike, which works a little bit like that takedown move. It does like sort of warp you forward, and then once you phase back in, I guess you can say, you do an attack that does 35% bonus damage, which is really good. Obviously, this scales up really well. Early on, it may not be so amazing. The stuff that gives you a flat damage increase is good, but this will continue to scale up and become very powerful. Now, it also gives me access to Dream Stealer, which, when I land my Phantom Strike, it will actually do a 360-degree attack. So it'll hit everyone around me for an extra... at rank 1, 171 damage. Now let's compare. My Distortion Wave, I don't remember how many points I had in it, but I'm pretty sure I was under 100 points worth of damage when I was using it. This starts off at 171. It's awesome, plus it includes a stun. Now, the damage from this doesn't scale up. Also, the AoE component of it is only the damage from the Dream Stealer. It won't be the damage from my basic melee and Phantom Strike as well. So it doesn't scale up quite the same way, but the stun scales up with every level you put in here. So it becomes an amazing opener and just a good move in general. So that is going to be a really high priority. The other thing I'm going to want to get, I believe, is Distort Reality, which is an AoE centered on me, which does a combination of both regular damage and vitality damage, which is nice because if it was all vitality damage, it wouldn't be very good against undead. But this way, the mixed damage means it's going to be more applicable to people with both high physical resistance and high vitality resistance. It also includes a stun. And then it can be improved to have a fairly high damage over time component. Now this will not scale up exactly, although it's electrical burn damage, which means it scales up Lucid Dream. But it also includes a petrify component. Now the petrify and stun, I mean, they're sort of redundant, but it can help in cases where something is immune to something else. It also does an energy drain, which is kind of cool because it stops them from using mana, and I'm not sure if the energy drain is the same as a energy steal. Like, am I going to get that energy? I'm not sure. Maybe it does. It'll be cool to find out. But, so I got 10 points to spend right now. What do? I do kind of want to keep increasing my mastery. I'm a little bit stumped. I'm going to put 1 point into Phantom Strike, though, just so I've got it as a mobility thing. And I will probably put 1 point in Dream Stealer as well, because that 1 point will give me a starting damage of 171, which is huge. I mean, let's compare. My melee attacks do 66 damage right now. So
untie the strands of fate.
Oops, no, I don't want to talk to you again.
Your choices have been made.
Yeah. So the Dream Stealer will probably one-shot a lot of the stuff I'm fighting right now. Plus it's got the stun, so it's really good. And then what I think I'm going to do is... Oh, man, again, I'm stumped. I can keep pumping this up, at least 2 more points in here, and then start picking up levels and Distort Reality. Which is probably a good idea. I should get at least 1, then I can play with it and see what I think. I'll put in 2 and put in there. I will take this into the wild, and then I will make a decision about whether to improve just my passive combat abilities, or my Phantom Strike, or my Distort Reality. We'll see how it goes. I suppose, in a way, upgrading Lucid Dream is going to upgrade everything I do, so actually that might be the best thing to spend points in it first. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll take that. And I'm lost. I don't know how to leave this town. I think maybe down this way. Oh, I got to set my abilities. I'm going to put Phantom Strike here, and I'm going to put Distort Reality here. Distort Reality looks really cool, you'll see. I think this is the exit. I don't know if I've got all the side quests or not, but... Whoa! Bam! I don't know if you noticed that. Maybe you'll see the AoE. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Didn't actually one-shot this Orb Mother. Now, the AoE, the big AoE, doesn't do as much damage as my Phantom Strike. Let's see if we can find a target that's far away so we can actually see what the teleport looks like. Here we are. Woof! Bam! And then explode! Yeah, alright, that's a pretty effective combat routine. There's still the question of what do I improve first. Let's get in the middle of these guys and then Phantom Strike them. Oh, it's on cooldown. Well, you know what? I know I want Lucid Dream maxed at 1 point, so I'm just going to put my points in there. I'm going to put 1 in Premonition, and then I'm going to dump the rest in Lucid Dream. Or Dream Mastery. Oh, man. I suck. I can never make a straight decision. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to max out my Dream Mastery, so that way I can get to Temporal Rift and put 1 point in that. It's a very, very large damage over time component for this level, so it'll really pay off. And, of course, the points in the Mastery are never wasted. So I'm a little light on skills now compared to what I used to be, although I think I'm just as effective, if not more so. So look at that. Just right-clicked with my Phantom Strike there and nuke them both. Kabam! I suppose my biggest problem right now is going to be a light on mana, so I may have to be a little bit more conservative. Alright, so... Alright, better pick this stuff up. Enough babbling. Let's try to get through all this as fast as possible. I don't even remember what my side quests are. Or if I have one. Grieving Widow. Oh, a Boar Man in the Parnassus Caves. That's good, because the Parnassus Caves is where I'm going, so... Yeah, wow. That stuff really kills really good. I suppose, like, one of the things I might want to consider is the energy recharge stuff, but I really do want to keep my melee abilities up, and I'm going to focus on things that improve that more or less, because I'm not going to have problems with these trash mobs regardless. I mean, the AoE certainly speeds things up, but